Are we human beings basically good, or are we so infused with sin that nothing good can ultimately come out of us? Before you answer that question, let's talk. Hello, I'm Stuart Baskin, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tyler, Texas. And this is your daily devotional for Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. This week and next, I'm talking about some of the paradoxes and polarities we encounter in the Christian faith. One of these polarities concerns the very nature of who we are as human beings, and it is a particularly vexing one, sure to draw sharp disagreements. I remember years ago writing one of my college application essays during my senior year in high school. I don't remember exactly what the writing prompt was, but I do remember having to reflect on human nature. As a starry-eyed high school senior, I had what I've come to realize was a pretty typical view for a high school senior. That is, I argued that people are fundamentally good, if you could only strip away all the layers of corruption laid on us by the big bad world out there. It was an optimistic view of human nature, but one that, on many years of study and reflection, I've had to change. Our Reformed theological tradition teaches something very different, a view that can, at first blush, sound terribly harsh. The shorthand for this view is called total depravity. Sounds terrible, doesn't it? The term makes it sound as though we Reformed Christians, at least officially, believe that human beings are nothing more than evil incarnate. But a closer look reveals a more nuanced understanding of human nature, one that accounts for the ambiguity in human nature. A few months ago, I produced a devotional in which I talked about St. Augustine and his understanding of human sin. It's a pretty good place to start. In that devotional, I said that the doctrine of total depravity does not mean we human beings are 100% corrupt and evil. Rather, it means there is no part of human nature that remains untouched by sin. Even our best and highest impulses are mixed with self-serving motivations. A quick observation will suffice here. Let's say I donate $1,000 to PATH or Habitat or some other worthwhile nonprofit. If I'm like most people, I want a little recognition for that gift, at least in the form of being included in the roll of donors that nonprofits routinely publish. It's a generous gift that comes from good motives, or should I say mixed motives. I am genuinely concerned for the people the nonprofit serves, but I'm also doing it for some recognition. But wait, you say, why not just give it anonymously? It's an admirable thing to do. I'm being generous, but not seeking attention. Doesn't that solve the problem? Well, not exactly. If I examine my motives and am honest with myself, I come to realize that when I give anonymously, I gain a sense of pride, that I am better than all those people who want recognition. And that sense of pride is itself a self-serving motivation for my actions. Augustine understood better than most that human life is a completely mixed bag of selfless and selfish motivations, and it's a mixture that is impossible to untangle. As he put it, we human beings are a corrupted good. As creatures of God, we reflect to some degree the original goodness with which God created us. But that original goodness has become corrupted by sin, which is really self-centeredness. Our problem is, we want things to be either one thing or the other. We want our good guys to be all good and our bad guys to be all bad, but in this respect, we are modern-day Manichaeans. That is, people who believe that everything is either good or it's bad. The best Christian theology, however, including our tradition, has always understood that human beings are a mixture of both good and evil. This dynamic is actually playing itself out in dramatic fashion in our culture today, where people on either side of the culture wars see themselves as children of light and people on the other side as children of darkness. Listen, if you can, to the rhetoric flying around these days, and you'll hear apocalyptic language being used to castigate political opponents. Underneath it is a deficient understanding of human nature, one that assumes that some people are all good and other people are all bad. What would our culture wars be like if we could admit, all of us, that we all alike are, as Augustine described, a corrupted good? Then maybe we could see our opponents not as our enemies, but as fellow travelers with major disagreements. It'd make a difference in the world, wouldn't it? Tomorrow, perhaps the greatest polarity we face in the Christian faith, the tension between our loyalty to Christ and the loyalty we feel to the many aspects of the culture in which we live. But for now, may God continue to bless you and keep you in all that you do this day and in all the days ahead.